Sublime really feels kind of like the space where I definitely will find something interesting. There isn't really stuff on here that people put there that is just like some kind of mediocre. It's a really cool community, I think, of very interesting, creative, deeply thinking, just people that are interested in content that resonates more. The way I usually do research through Sublime is like different kinds of collections. The Sparks one is kind of stuff where I don't really know where to put it or how it links to other kind of things that I'm thinking about, like paragraphs or little quotes that make me rethink a certain topic. Reframing, another one. This is something that I want to talk about in my newsletter, or also just like a bigger, because this is kind of the whole thing that I'm doing. Most of the stuff that I put in here, I found on Sublime, like through just clicking through kind of related things. Like this one was super interesting, and then I just clicked through other things that were saved by other people and so on. And then I came across some more stuff, and then I just filled this collection. And at some point when I have time, I'll go through it and kind of structure things a little bit more. What I want to explore more, what I started doing a little bit, is following interesting people and going a little bit deeper into their collections. And then using also the search a little bit more as well for that kind of things. I used it a little bit for the how to think about change stuff, because I wanted, for example, to add more kind of visual or kind of more pictures or meme things. And so I kind of, just search for change basically, and then looked for some images or tweets that relate to that.
I think really I have one more big question, which is like, for someone who is interested in curating and finding stuff, and also like doing that inside of Sublime, what advice do you have for people that want to get into that but don't really know how to get started?
I think it always starts with kind of like a framework where you really dig into kind of the different things that interest you and the role that you want to play in terms of kind of collecting that information or doing something with that information. Mm-hmm. And the framework can change. It doesn't have to be like a fixed thing. When I look at an article, I have just a couple of questions that I ask myself, basically.
Yeah.
For example, does it present a new perspective and or of reframing? Does it disrupt the prevailing belief? Does it focus on kind of the worldview system level insight? Is it relevant to the current zeitgeist? And then I have it a little bit more detailed. I call this one thing audience resonance check. Does it resonate with how I characterize my audience? Depth of insight, perspective alteration. Does it encourage considering a new perspective? Does it challenge prevailing beliefs? Again, as I said earlier, it's still a very chaotic process. And I'm not the most organized person. I also don't really like to work with like sheets or something. I like to print it out a little bit here or write something down as well. But yeah, that's why I think this part of like figure out what your role is, and then also maybe within that how you approach things, what's your like kind of character